Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the Knicks channel this time. Today we are here with a reported signing. We are actually double posting today because the Knicks made a new signing today. This was last night, finalized today. Jordan Clarkson, the tattooed veteran guard, intends to sign with the Knicks as a low-cost scoring option off the bench. Multiple sources. Clarkson was a late entry into the market after agreeing Monday to a buyout with the Jazz, forfeiting some of his 14.30 salary to hit free agency, and now moving to the NBA's biggest market. So Clarkson is about to finalize a deal. Clarkson is going to the Knicks on a veteran minimum deal, saving New York its mid-level exception by going that route. And a source said the Knicks plan on targeting a front court player in free agency. Veteran center Al Horford, a recent champion with the Celtics, remains on the block for a presumed reasonable price. We'll keep an eye on that one. At 33, Clarkson's best basketball is in rear view. But only 3 seasons ago, he averaged 20.8 points on a respectable 44% shooting. He's also the NBA's Sixth Man of the Year in 2021 with the Jazz. Clarkson is a gunner who can score in bunches, but he is a weak defender. He can create his own shots in a way the other Knicks reserves cannot. Last season, Clarkson shot 40% as the Jazz fell to the bottom of the standings. His value did fall a little bit, hence the buyout, but he's averaging still 16 points per game off the bench, and that is still really, really impressive being given his age. And I think to get a guy like this who's averaging 16 a game off the bench for a vet minimum deal, to me, this is actually a steal. And Clark, represented by Rich Paul and Clutch Sports, the agency with a turbulent history with the CAA-affiliated Knicks. Paul and Rose had to sit down in early 2024 to hash out those differences, actually. They obviously had to work together to finalize the Clarkson deal. And a source said Paul reached out to the Knicks regarding Clarkson, and they were the first to do so. And while Clarkson was snagged Monday evening, which was yesterday, tomorrow's Wednesday, so that's when the deal will officially be announced by the Knicks themselves. Several low-cost free agents were linked to the Knicks: Luke Kennard, Tyus Jones. Thank God Tyus Jones is not coming to the Knicks. Thank God, bro. Russell Westbrook was rumored as a Knicks target, but I don't think he's coming anymore. The expensive Knicks, with Cat as top earner next season at over $3 million, are well over the luxury tax line and limited in what they could spend in free agency, which is also not much opportunity for playing time with at least 10 players under contract and a top 7 rotation fairly established. So, all in all, Clarkson is joining a Knicks bench that'll include Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, and in my opinion, I think Miles McBride is going to be starting at shooting guard next season. I think it's a better move than Josh Hart. I think Josh Hart is much better coming off the bench, which Clarkson is going to be joining a bench that'll have Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart. Another name that we just signed, I will save it for the next video, and Paco Dariet. There's a lot on this bench. New York starters logged more minutes last season than any five-man group in the NBA. But the organization has emphasized expanding the rotation and developing younger players so the bench can carry a greater significance. The Knicks finished the draft and started free agency without a coach. And while the firing of Tom Thibodeau might have been a surprise after taking the team to the first conference finals appearance, 25 years, he didn't meet expectations as high as we all thought he would, and this team only improved their record by a win. They had that meltdown against Indiana, shook a lot of head scratching decisions that Tibbs made. He was exposed. And as the Post reported, as I'm now pulling this up, the Knicks invited Mike Brown for a second round of interviews, which was just completed. And the first candidate that got this invitation, and it seems like that he is now the front runner to be the head coach of the New York Knicks. And Clarkson was the sixth man of the year 2 years prior, and he will come off the bench again in New York. I like the signing for the Knicks. I think, being given the bench was not great last year, but also now, if you hire Mike Brown, who really likes to use the 10-man rotation, he will get a lot of play time. We can see what Clarkson can bring to the table. Um, Again, 16 points per game, and he took a vet minimum. That's a big, big win. If you are Leon Rose in the Knicks, so I really, really like this move. Thank God we got him for a cheap deal. Still a solid player at his age. So, good move here. So, that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.